All right, guys. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to get started. It's 7:06 p.m. and I think we can get started now. Welcome, everyone, to this week's, this month's JAFTA meeting. I'm Shawneel. I'm chairperson of Wellness and Membership. Well, it's the other way around, Membership and Wellness. And I'll be chairing the meeting today. So we're gonna just get started with Icebreaker. Very easy, very quick. It's called I Spy. I'm sure everybody has played I Spy before. So basically, I'm just gonna say, obviously, I Spy, and I'm gonna say something, and it's based off of everybody's current DP, or if they have a video, or etc. And the first person to guess who it is, please write it in the group, not the group, the chat. Warren, if you could assist and just see who first responds, that would be great. But please just respond in the chat. So we're gonna just get started with this icebreaker. So first of all, I spy gold jewelry. So who first to guess what I'm talking about? I'm gonna repeat, I spy gold jewelry or gold colored jewelry. I don't know, same thing. Anybody would like to take a guess?
So someone has guessed.
Yes, Celine Dion, good job, that's correct. We're just gonna do two more, that's correct. Next one is, I spy blue hair accessory. Annalisa said they're not bringing out, that's funny. I spy blue hair accessory. Celine Dion, no man. Warren, you have blue hair accessory?
I don't even have hair.
Right? But Celine Dion is correct. It's Dania. And finally, which I spy, let's see. What do I spy? I spy pink lipstick. Pink lipstick. I spy pink lipstick. The answer is actually, let me zoom in to make sure I didn't get it wrong. Dana is actually the correct answer, but to be fair, Annalisa could have worked as well. So who's that? Jam Rockhards, I'm not sure. They got it right first, but overall, Celine Dion, you're the winner. So we message you one away with your prize. So congrats on that. Woo! Okay, we can move on, guys. All right, so once again, guys, I want to say thank you for being here. For those that just popped in, we're about to start. We just did an icebreaker, and we're gonna just jump right into it. So the next thing on our agenda, we have Leslie-Ann Wanless, which is our chair for business development and training. Oh, wait, before we continue. The host of this meeting, could you kindly record the meeting, please? Thank you very much. I don't know, am I the host? I don't know, I think I'm the host. Oh, I'm the host. No, I'm not the host. Whoever is the host right now, can
recording in progress.
There we go, thank you very much. All right, continuing. Yes, so next we're gonna have Leslie-Ann, or chairperson for business development and training, to give us a little insight on the feature film lab. Leslie, if you could kindly just share an update for us, we'd appreciate it. Go ahead.
All right, hi guys. Thanks, Shawneel. The update. First of all, I want us to thank Shawneel for chairing this meeting for us today. Big up yourself, Shawneel.
Thank you.
as you know, JAFTA is completely committed to the idea of development. And one of our initiatives, the Feature Film Lab initiative, will begin this month. As you know, the Feature Film Lab is in its third year. We have selected our cohort. I think you may have seen that flyer going around. There are 3 cohorts. There are 3 groups within the cohort, 3 writers, 3 producers, and 3 story editors. And of course, the film lab, of course, is being run by Ludo. And this year, where we were very afraid of not being able to have face-to-face, but it will be face-to-face lab. And so we're very, very excited about this. We will be announcing, we've already announced actually, the list of the participants. I would name them now, but you have to give me a few minutes before I can name them. I think Shawnee, we can name them later. All the participants for the film lab. This year, we will also be adding a component of having individuals who are very close to entering to being accepted into the cohort, but who we thought could also benefit from being a part of the lab. And these individuals will be asked to audit the lab. They won't be able to participate fully in the lab, but we've selected those 4 members as well. So we're very excited about what we're doing this year. The lab runs for a year, and we are sure that it will be as effective as the other labs have been in providing us with a good set of feature films to look forward to. So everyone, get yourself ready for next year. Get ready to apply for our next call for a feature film lab, and we can look out for what else is happening with us soon. Also, even though I'm being asked to just look at feature film lab, we do have Propeller coming up, so keep your ears to the ground for that. Get your scripts ready for that as well. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shawnee.
All right. Thank you, Leslie. We appreciate that 100%. So that's some insightful info. As she mentioned, later on we'll quickly share who the selected persons are. So for right now, we're just gonna continue. The next thing on the agenda is supposed to be AC training workshop recap with Wentworth, but I'm not seeing that Wentworth is on. I don't believe he's on right now. I want to say, so we're going to give him some time and do that later on. So we're going to just jump into the next thing on our agenda. And the next thing on our agenda is that we have some great news. So we actually have a new admin with us at the JAFTA board. So I'm just going to make it short. So basically, of course, with doing what we do for you guys, it takes a lot of administrative duties and just overall, just a lot of attentiveness and organization. So we've actually onboarded an administrative representative. He's going to talk a little bit. It's going to be very short, guys. His name is Warren Brown, and he has past experience with membership associations and stepped in the role. And he has stepped in the role and is excited to learn and grow in the position. He's been so great since being with us, maybe just a week, Warren? You've already been a big help. So I'll leave it to you. So go ahead, Warren, just introduce yourself to everybody for us. Thank you.
But Shawnee, I think you've already done it, so we're good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Just as Shawnee said, I'm really excited about storytelling and just so humbled at the amazing scene here in Jamaica. And I just look forward to learning and understanding more, but also serving you, the members. So I look forward to helping any way I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Warren. That was short and spicy. I appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna just move on to the next thing on our agenda. Okay, so of course, the next thing on our agenda is the Rotterdam, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, Jesus, Rotterdam recap with Annalisa Chapman. Now, I'm gonna make it, you know, everybody should know who Annalisa is. That's first of all. That is first of all. Annalisa is our immediate past president of JAFTA, and she's also an attorney. But I have a little bio I'm gonna read for you guys, just so you can get acquainted to her, just in case you don't know who Annalisa is. So Annalisa Chapman, a lover of literature, law, and the magic of movies. Annalisa's creative and professional journey has included work as a producer and production manager for music videos, talk show radio, theater, and short films. She's also one of the founding directors of Have a Ball Productions. No stranger to authorship, she has been an awardee for the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Screenwriting Competition and is a holder of a Bachelor of Arts sorry. Additionally, Annalisa is an experienced intellectual property and entertainment attorney and has been an entertainment reporter and junior public relations account executive in the past. Annalisa is an active member and the immediate past president of the JAFTA, which by the way is Jamaica Film and Television Association, which we all know, and was a project team finalist for the 2021 SF Film Reigning Grant as one of the producers for the feature film project Escape to Last One Peak. All right, guys, welcome Annalisa. We're gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Annalisa, have the floor. Please tell us how this experience has been. I'm bringing up the excitement as much as I can.
Thank you for that great welcome and introduction, Shaniel.
No problem.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Thank you, JAFTA, for having me here today. So, yeah, the Rotterdam, and you got the name right, Shaniel. It's Rotterdam, for sure. You got it.
Thank you. Come think with a butcher.
So for those of you that don't know, the Rotterdam Lab, it's this long-standing lab for emerging producers throughout the world. It falls under the International Film Festival of Rotterdam, which is based in the Netherlands. And so I think over the past, maybe more than a decade or so, they have invited participants from all over the globe. This year they had 73 producers from, I think, 43 countries. And the makeup was, majority were females this year. So we got female representing. So it was originally supposed to take place partly in hybrid event, partly in person and partly online. But the Netherlands went down on lockdown in January. So it was fully online this year, as with the year before. I'm actually the second Jamaican to participate in it. Last year was my colleague, Nadine Rollins. And I have to say, it's definitely a lab I would recommend and encourage people to apply for all the following years, because it's really for anyone who wants to be a producer and actually get a very holistic approach, everything from creative producing to the business aspect of it. And of course, you know, the networking aspect of it, of meeting all these great creative producers from all over the world. I highly recommend it. I mean, I met people from Brazil, from Egypt, from Nepal, from Germany, etc. Right now, if I needed to, like, you can literally find a producer in any other part of the world. So basically, it was, I don't know if you want me to just ramble on, Shania, or just go straight?
Man, go ahead.
Okay.
Whatever you're feeling, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, I mean, as I said, it was a very holistic lab in terms of incorporating different aspects. So they had what they call plenary sessions, which were basically talks with industry practitioners, and the industry practitioners they brought in are like top of the line, very experienced in terms of their resume, very impressive. And they're just also willing to assist. Like, I don't even know how better to put it, but it's focused. Yes, it's important to put forward your project, but it's even more focused on helping you develop your capacity as an individual producer. So they start off by, giving you an overview that, you need to be very clear on the kind of stories that you want to produce, the kind of vision that you have for these projects, the kind of things you need to take into account when you are getting on board any project, especially if it's like a feature film, because it's a mini marriage. And when you're collaborating, working with your writers and your directors, etc., you want to ensure these are people you all gel. And of course, when you're co-producing with persons from other countries, first and foremost, it has to be persons that you can integrate with on a value level, on a vision level, on a passion level. So, they do the industry talks. They have everything from what to look for, the fundamentals of storytelling, how to communicate with your writer in cases where you don't have a story editor on board. There's roundtable sessions where you have more intimate groups where you get to talk not one-on-one, but like 5-on-1 with, renowned marketers, other producers, sales agents, etc. And then of course you have like speed dating sessions with your fellow labbies, as they call them. So you get to kind of meet everyone throughout the 5-day period, because it was a very intense period. It was 5 days, but it felt like much longer than that. What else? Of course, they had this pitching feedback session first off the bat. On the first day, a few days before, they were asking who would volunteer to do some test pitches. They asked for 3 volunteers. And I decided to be one of the volunteers. And there's moments when you're like, oh, the anxiety kicks in. You're like, why did I volunteer to do this? But I'm so glad I did. I think it definitely contributed to my personal and professional growth, because even though a lot of these things, in theory, in terms of how to pitch and what to pitch, until you have to do it yourself in front of 73 other people, no less, who you've never met, it's an entirely different experience. But yeah, I strongly recommend it. I don't know, is there anything in particular you want me to expand on in relation to the lab?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have a few questions. I was just allowing you to, share your experience, etc. So my first question is, and of course, if anybody here would like to ask any question, please put it in the chat, so we can get that out. So the first question is, well, you've already established how it was. So what I would ask is there anything memorable that stood out to you that you kind of took away from the experience?
I think it also ties in partly with Saeed's question in terms of if we learned anything new pitching, and it ties in again, people are buying into you as much as they're buying into your project. Like, if you're not passionate about it, if you do not really connect with them on a personal level, or connect with someone on a, whether it is you connect with them as a personality, whether it is you connect with them in terms of the passion for the project, whether it is you connect in terms of the vision, that's definitely going to be the thing that differentiates your project and you, and helping to cement more of these long-standing relationships. Yeah, okay, thank you. We have a few questions here. So you already kind of answered Saeed's question. Did you learn anything new re-pitching? So thank you for that, Anna. And next we have Danae. I hope I didn't slaughter your name, I'm sorry. Danae, what did you learn from that moment of volunteering to pitch? That I should never do it again. No, I'm kidding. No, well, on a personal level, that I learned that, you just always need to have more confidence in yourself, never doubt yourself. Of course, I learned, of course, the importance of, at the end of the day, don't try and rely on visual aids, because you should always be prepared to, pitch your project in a moment. And this pitch was 3 minutes. And, the core of it was introducing who I was, what was my story, why do I want to tell this story, my team, and what was the objective, what did I want out of this. And so those were captured very succinctly, and even in all the feedback, what resonated most with people was the why did I want to tell this story, because that's how they connect. Yes, of course, the story needs to be good. And, they reemphasized throughout the lab the importance of having a good synopsis. They said it over and over and over again. You need to look to examples from persons who have submitted their projects to like A-list film festivals. Look a lot to American marketing material, because Americans are very good at marketing and pitching in that respect. But that's key. But I think that's what I learned in that moment, Danae.
Question. Thank you so much, Anna. We have another one from Saeed again. Remember, guys, if you have any question, post in the comments in the chat so we can ask. So Saeed says, was there any special or additional insight on access to funds / grants or co-productions?
Okay. Insight. I mean, there's definitely, they introduce you to a list of different funding. Hi, Maya. Different funding possibilities. By the way, Hubert Ball's fund is coming up on March the 1st, and this is another fund that comes out of IFFR. It's focused very much on the script development process. They give you about 10,000 euros to help develop your project. So check out their website for that. We can put it in the chat later, but March 1st, if you have a feature film project in development, strongly recommend that you apply.
Share the link. Thank you, Saeed.
Right, okay, so first and foremost, you have to, if you're talking about co-productions, you have to bring something to the table. In other words, don't look to international co-producers as an ATM machine or just for funding. They want to see you also bring both in kind and some kind of financial investment in the project. I mean, generally they say at least 20% should come from your side. And then, you can always use different co-producers. Also, international, in terms of getting funding, it goes back to the first point. They're looking at being collaborative. So they don't just want someone who just wants their money for the project, but no input in terms of the creative development of the project. So when seeking international co-productions, you definitely have to be prepared that they see it in, because producers to them are filmmakers. And so they want to be a part of that filmmaking process. They want to create and help create this project with you, help steer it from start to finish. And then in terms of access to grants, I can put a link later in terms of specific grants. I know there's some from Germany. There's World Cinema Fund. I think some of you may know about that, but there's another one that I discovered, and I'll put it in the chat because I can't pronounce that name. But that one has production grants both in early stage development and late stage development. And of course, the UK, they just formed this new Corazon Fund that's helping to fund projects in the early development stages. So that's something you can look at. I don't know if that answers. Yes, Saeed says yes, please.
Definitely it does. And while you look for that, I know there's another question by Justine, which is one of our panelists, by the way, guys. Anyways, stay tuned for that later. He asked, what level of interest was there in seeing Jamaican stories? That's a great question.
Hi, Mars. Congrats on your upcoming film. Looking forward. High level of interest. I mean, a lot of them were excited, of course, to see, Jamaican represented, seeing that there is an interest in film on the Jamaican side. At the end of the day, it comes back to story. They're very much into character-driven stories, very much into as long as the story is good, there is no limits. So yeah, the feedback was that yes, they are interested in Jamaican stories. So I wouldn't say there's any limitation in that respect.
Thank you. Any other questions, guys? No? All right, Anna, is there anything, would you like to just summarize, just a quick little summary on just everything we talked about and before we move on? No
okay.
pressure.
Yeah, just again, that I highly recommend the lab. It's definitely about persons who are very much as interested in the creative aspect of producing as well as the business side. You have to ensure that you're very clear about the stories that you want to tell. You have to be very much interested in collaboration, in networking, in going to the fundamentals of the story, and yeah, being willing to put in the work. Because I mean, making any project, sure Mars will say, making a short film project is definitely not easy all the time, much less the feature film. So you have to really put in the work, because when they give you like these case studies of the different co-productions, some of them are pretty complicated, and it's years of your life. And at the end of the day, as with any venture that you're taking on, just make sure it's something that you love to do. I know that this experience has made me definitely grow as a producer. Oh, they said never refer to yourself as emerging producer, because that's how I did it in the pitch. I said I'm an emerging producer from Jamaica. No, you're a producer, they said, full stop. I like that. So yeah, I'm just grateful for the experience. Thank you very much.
We're very proud of you,
JAFTA. Thank you. Thank you, JAMPRO again. And yeah, I look forward to seeing a Jamaican rep in year 3. We've gone 1, 2, so we need to go again. And
just like Olympics.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that they were so impressed with Nadine from last year. They invited her to moderate some of the sessions for this year. So she was actually a moderator on some of my sessions, and she volunteered for the pitch too. So, whoever coming after us, the Jamaicans have to, always be up in that. Yeah.
I like that. Well,
thank you again.
That's definitely excellent. I like that. If Nadine is here, no, but I mean, Nadine, congratulations on that. That's pretty excellent. Very proud of you, Anna. Excellent. Oh, we actually have 3 more questions, so we can do these last questions and then we can wrap up. So the first one is Kevin from YouTube. He asked, what was your pitching strategy?
What was my pitching strategy?
That's correct.
To show the heart. I mean, hit the key points in terms of obviously informational thing, in terms of who I was, because it also forced me to get to the core of the story. Because you have these long synopses, but when you only have 3 minutes and you want to hit people with points and get to the core, it forces you to really look at your story and say, what is this story really about? And then again, focused on the heart, going back to the why. Why did I want to tell this story? Because I read this book, Escape to Last Man Peak, when I was a child. I mean, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to be a filmmaker. Like, it's resonated with me, and I want to see more stories like this, and I want to tell more stories like this. And you know, just trying not to stress too much about, you know, because you're always told, you know, you have to, you know, not get too much into budget. They're not interested in that part right now. They just want to get to the why and the main pictures.
Understood.
If they're interested, they'll ask you questions after, and they'll get more information out of you. They'll find out that on their own. Get to the core of what your story is. Get to the core of why you want to tell it, and how you want to develop it, and what you want the collaboration to be.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Anna. And the final question, guys, this is going to be the last one. Then they asked a very good question. She says, is this program solely looking for producers, or would they accept filmmakers that are writer directors that are producing in the beginning phase?
Well, it's producers, but it doesn't matter whether you're a writer, director, producer, or solely a producer. As long as you're producing, it's open to you, because there were writer, director, producers, there are persons who are just producers. There are persons who are producing documentaries. There were some that had only produced short films. So again, it's not limited in that respect, as long as, and as I said, a producer is a filmmaker. So as long as you are interested in that aspect of it, in the producing aspect, both from the creative producing and what takes place after, they're very much interested in that.
Excellent, thank you. And just for those, just give a quick, I'm just gonna give a quick recap on what was just said. What is Rotterdam Lab? So the Rotterdam Lab is designed to build up, well, it's supposed to not be emerging, but anyway, build up emerging, but producers.
No, we don't say it.
Producers, international network and experience. It is a yearly initiative of the International Film Festival, Rotterdam Cinemart, in cooperation with its international partnering organizations, etc. It is a program, the program is for, as mentioned, is for emerging producers who have produced 3 or more short films and not more than 2 narrative features in their career. And as mentioned in the start, last year we had Nadine Rawlins, who did a fabulous job, and Annalisa Chapman went this year, which would be the only 2 Jamaicans so far, and she did a stellar job as well. So I'm just, as she mentioned, next year we're looking for the person to just hit it out the park. So congratulations to you, Annalisa. We're super proud of you. Excellent work, and we can't wait to see who's next to do us proud once again. All right, guys, we're gonna move on. So the little agenda item that I skipped over, we're gonna jump back to that real quick. We're gonna invite Wentworth Kelly, Chair of Outreach and Development, to just give a quick recap on the AC, Assistant Camera, training workshop. So we did a workshop. He's gonna talk a little bit about that. Hopefully we'll get to see a few pictures. But Wentworth, you could jump on anytime now, sir. Anytime now. Wentworth, where did you go?
Hi,
oh, okay, go ahead.
Also. Okay, good night, guys.
Good night, Wentworth.
Good night, hold door.
Hold the door. Okay, so we recently did a camera assistant workshop, as I said before. Also, you might be wondering, why didn't you hear about this? So this was really a pilot session. And what we wanted was to use intermediate and persons who have experience as camera assistants that were recommended. And we use it as a model to see what's possible and what we could do. Well, I am happy to tell you that it was a success. It was really good. We had 15 to 16 persons in attendance as trainees. And we had a few instructors. We had 2 main instructors who were, the instructors were Very sorry, guys. I sound winded. I'm running. I had to run to come get the phone. But the persons were it's Alexander Delapena and there's Rand Francis, and they did a really great job. It was a very good showing, and the persons really learned a lot. I wish we had photos with me, but I'm not at where I'm at now. I don't have all of that with me, but we'll be sharing it on JAFTA's page in very, very short order. We realized there's a real need for ACs in the field. There's often many times where, a producer or a production manager might call and try to find an AC, and I really can't find any because there's limited ACs, capable ACs in the island. And the plan was just really, okay, let's get these guys up to speed so they can function in the capacity as camera assistants. And and I don't want nobody to feel left out because we'll be doing other workshops. And as a matter of fact, this is a partnership between JAFTA and Fire Eye Films. Now we're looking at other training sessions that will be coming up real soon. So we're looking at grip electric and gaffers. So, we'll help persons to really just kind of hone their skills and look at techniques and also safety, because that's always been a big thing. Safety for gear and also safety for self. And we want to follow up with we want to do an audio one as well for location audio. We're looking at master classes, and we're also looking at post-production classes. So all of these things are in the works. And since the news has gone out that we have done this, a few persons have come forward and say, this is what the industry needs, and that's what the industry needs are. They are willing to offer their time or offer their service to make the industry a robust one. The thing is, it makes no sense to have only 2, 3, 4 persons who are capable at any one thing. That we cannot grow the industry like that. So one of JAFTA's main aim this year is really to engage all the members of the film community, those who are already on their way and those who are trying to find their way, to find their footing through our training programs. So that's really it. And as I said, it was a really great exercise. And I'm again publicly thanking Rand and Alex, who came through and they did a great presentation. Also Gawain, who was there. Thanks to Fire Eye Films, Sahai and Asha. Thanks to Darren Scott, who came through. Just to give a word, thanks for Randy, who was there helping out. Maya, who helped in the background as well. We also had, a few other persons passed through, Jacinth and, a few others. So I'm very thankful for everybody that came through and showed their appreciation. Also, thanks to Successia, who was instrumental in helping out with a lot of the stuff in the background as well. So, yes, I don't know if anybody have any questions or anything. So, and again, I want there are experienced filmmakers I'm listening in right now. I'm going to need the help of everyone for the moving forward for the other disciplines within the filmmaking unit that we'll be covering. And we believe that you're great in different subject areas or different disciplines. We'll be relying on you heavily to be a part of it, to help to bring the film industry to the other level that it needs to be. It will take everybody, it's not just JAFTA executive team, the JAFTA board. It will take everyone and invite more people to be at JAFTA. This will also be a plus being a part of JAFTA, because if it's going to cost, it may cost less if you are a part of JAFTA. So invite everybody to be a part. And I don't know if anybody have anything they want to ask quickly, because I know I don't have a lot of time. And again, we'll share photos and behind the scenes videos soon so you can see what took place on the day. Yes.
Thank you so much, Wentworth. And I just want to read Jeremy's comment. He said, the assistant workshop was a great idea. So happy you guys are doing stuff like this. Thanks to JAFTA and FARI and all who came through. And Annalisa just said, great initiative. Dana said, love this initiative. And Syed gave us a round of applause. So thank you so much, Wentworth. And Fernando said, great initiative, would love to help. Love that.
Yeah, man.
Excellent.
We're looking at having other person's help. So, you know, just kind of sorry that you caught me winded and moving back and forth. But again, thanks for everyone who listened. And again, I'll be reaching out to persons. So keep an open mind. Again, I can't stress this enough. The film industry cannot be built on just 2 persons or the back of 10 or 5 or 10 or 15 persons. It requires everyone. So if you have people who want to do films and stuff, encourage them to join JAFTA, and they'll have access to all of these excellent resources that we're pooling together.
Excellent. Thank you, Wentworth. All right, guys. And of course, you know, as time comes and more should come, more workshops come about, as he mentioned, we'll reach out accordingly. But, you know, thank you again. Segueing right into a quick update on membership. So just a quick update, guys. We have sent out, so all the persons that have applied recently and overall, oh my gosh, there's a truck passing. If you can hear it, I'm sorry. Anyways, what was I? Yeah, so recently, you know, we were trying to kind of getting used to a role and such. I'm chairperson of membership and wellness, as I mentioned, and we've kind of caught up a little bit. And basically, what has happened is that we have sent out an update to all the persons that applied recently and didn't get a response, as well as you know, not recently. So we sent out that email to, so if you know someone that applied recently, tell them to check their spam, their inbox, but we've sent further instructions. We're gonna send out a reminder by the end of the month to kind of, for those that may have not seen the first email, but basically it's just based telling them what's the next step, how to get to active membership, etc. And especially with us having these workshops coming about, it's gonna be great to have that in play. Plus, of course, you know, the ministry also have, well, I think it's discontinued right now, but I think so. Either way, they have grants and such for persons that are underneath the different umbrellas. Somebody just asked how to apply. Thank you for that question. Very easy. We have an application form available on our website, www.jaftaonline.com. Just click the membership and you see join now below. Somebody just added the link. Thank you, Saeed. As well as if you go on our social media, in our bio, we have a link in bio option there. When you click it, there should be another link that leads you to either the website or straight to the application form. I mean, you know, you can, based on what you need there, because on the website, it does tell you about the initiatives that we've done and the different types of membership, etc. So apply away if you haven't yet. And if you haven't yet and you're here, welcome. I will look forward to having you as an active member officially. Oh, and also for those that are members already, if you'd like to know your status with us, please send us an email. We definitely reply with that information. But yeah, that's the update on membership right now. And we're gonna just segue into a very exciting part of today's meeting. So we, of course, as you know, we do have 3 persons talking today on a very exciting short film that I know I'm excited to see, called Dig Your Grave. Now I'm gonna play the trailer first. Did I say that correctly, Maya?
Dig your own grave.
Dig your own grave. Lord have mercy. Look how I butcher them something. Dig your own grave. Thank you, Maya. Oh my God. Let me edit that real quick. Dig your own grave. My bad, guys. Yeah, so dig your own grave. Maya was actually the lead actor in this short film. I'm gonna just quickly play the trailer before we jump into it, and the panelists. We also have Jessane, he was a writer and director. We also have Darren, he was the director of photography. So let me just pull up the trailer real quick. Hold on. I hope yeah, share. All right. Should be able to see my screen by now. You know how Zoom is. We have to say, are you seeing my screen? Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right, great. Let me just jump into that. Hold on, let me.
Full screen.
Full screen. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Lord, no mash me up. Me I try. Okay, it's full screen now, right? All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Okay, great. So let's do this, guys. All right, lead actor. Okay. All right, guys, that was the trailer. Excellent. I'm so excited. Jeez and peas. All right, guys.
I
So,
don't think there was any sound on that.
oh, you guys didn't
Yeah.
hear it? I mean,
No, we
it was,
didn't hear.
well, really and truly, there was no audio. It was just
Let's
dramatic.
put a link. I'll drop a link to the
trailer
on social media. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Maya. So that way you can kind of feel it for yourself. So thank you, Maya. So I just want to invite Maya Wilkinson. She's also on our board. She is chair of marketing. She was the lead actor for this short film. We also have Jessane Jackson. Well, Jessane Mars Jackson. You know, we're also going to invite him up. He was the writer and director of this short film. And I'm just, I've worked with him in the past in many different levels. I mean, I know he works right now with the lab a lot. So I've seen him in action. Very good job. Then we also have Darren Scott. Darren, he was the director of photography for this short film. I'm excited to hear you guys, just everybody's input on how it all went down. So we're gonna start with Jessane. So Jessane, if you can unmute for me, please. You're not forced to put on a video, but if you want to, I'm not gonna say no. But yes, Jessane, we're gonna just jump into it. So first of all, I just want to know, Jessane, can you just go ahead and tell us from the start, give us a synopsis of the film?
Well, to put it very forward, the story is about a woman whose daughter was taken from her in the past couple of weeks, and she's out to get her daughter now. That's pretty much the gist of the story.
All right. And what inspired you to write this story, Jessane?
Interestingly enough, this story came about based on a conversation that was had with the late Andre Burnett. A few years ago, we were having a conversation before his daughter was born, and he was, just throwing out short film ideas, and he was playing with the idea of what would he have done, if somebody was to take his daughter or something was supposed to happen to his daughter. We didn't get a chance to flesh it out at that time because it was just a random idea. But shortly after he passed, I started to flesh out the idea a bit more. It's been sitting for a good while, I'd say maybe over a year. This was written, storyboarded, and it was just there for a while. Other things came up. Started focusing on other things, and eventually ended up going back to it. So that's pretty much how it came about.
Okay. All right. And how did you fund this film?
So this was self-funded. And when I say self-funded, I don't mean just me. Some of the crew members chipped in as well. Darren, Maya, Mark Lecky chipped in at various points. So it was largely self-funded.
Yeah, crew funded. Did you consider trying to acquire funding?
No, I didn't. Couple of reasons. Well, one, I didn't know where I would get funding for something like this. I mean, it's a pretty short film. I consider it to be like a proof of concept, if you will.
How long is it?
So right now, including the credits, it's about 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't exactly know where to get funding for it. As well as at the time when I was working on it, I just really wanted to put something forward for myself without the input of like anyone like telling me what to do. So I just kind of just focused on putting everything together myself.
Okay. And as I said, that's a good amount of time. I'm actually very excited to see it actually. And next question. And also guys, if you have any questions, you can shoot it in the chat so we can share and ask accordingly. Darren, just a heads up that you're up next. All right, so next question is, how did you build the team? How did you build that crew? That's such a supportive crew.
It was pretty much organic. A lot of the people who worked on the film are people who I've worked with before. Who maybe, pretty much everyone, with the exception of like 1 or 2 persons. We have, Darren, who's a DP, Maya, who's our lead actor, Rudy Tomlinson, who was supporting. He was someone who I worked with the first time. David Osborne on sound, Nicole Bryan on makeup, Rocky, Dennis Fife, Troy Forrest. I can't list everybody, but a lot of those people I had worked with previously, with the exception of just a few.
Okay, all right. And were there any challenges shooting in the pandemic?
Not really. I wouldn't say that the pandemic caused an issue for us to shoot, mainly because we were shooting out in an open area. We weren't really hampering anybody in like a public space or anything like that. So no, not really. No real issues because of the pandemic.
Okay, all right. Before I continue, let me see if anybody else have any more questions for you. Anybody have any question you'd like to ask? I know that Saeed, I see your question asking about Maya and working with her, but we do have a segment talking with her, but I do also want to hear your feedback, just saying what was it like working with Maya and just like the actors and everything, or what was that like?
It's pretty interesting. I guess for the most part, you guys know Maya already. Working with Maya is pretty interesting. I can say, like from the moment
Maya,
I reached out to her, I reached out to her to play the part. She's been like pretty proactive, even like up to points where I'm just tired of the film. I just want to move on already. Like she's coming up with new ideas of how to sell the film and to like best market it, like what we can do to improve it, what the story can be like in the future. Maybe it's something that we can do as a series. So it's pretty interesting. Maya is somebody who will message you at 1 o'clock in the morning to share a random idea with you. So yes. It's been pretty interesting, and I don't mind. I definitely love that sort of energy when it comes down to like film stuff. It definitely makes you want to do some work. So
that's good. I like that. Thank you. All right, I like that. Thank you so much, Jessine. We're gonna rally back to you in a few. For now, we're gonna jump to Darren. Darren, are you here? It's your time to shine. Darren, roll call, Darren.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Darren. Nice to talk to you. Darren, of course, guys, he was the director of photography, director of photography for the film. And I've had experience working with him on different projects. Really good at what he does. And I'm interested to hear, Darren, how did you prepare to shoot this film?
Hi, good night, everybody. I don't know if you can see me. It's a little dark, but
no, man, we'll see you, man. We'll see you.
All right. How did I prepare for this? To be honest, I went into it pretty open-minded, and Justine and I work a lot in the commercial world.
Yeah.
And, we lament a lot about things that we want to shoot and what we don't get to shoot and stuff like that. So this was a good release creatively for us. And I wanted it visually to be very, very specific in how I framed it. And so I had a good idea of just like, I really wanted every frame to kind of look really deliberate and beautiful kind of vibe. So yeah, so a lot of time went into that. And I kind of came on a little late, but because Jess and I have a good relationship and working synergy, it was easy. And the look of the film is, I shot it on some anamorphic lenses, which just made it even look better. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next question for you. Is there anything in particular that challenged you on this project? Darren, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
During shooting, maybe, because I edited it and I color graded it also.
Okay.
So maybe in the post-production process, but not really shooting. Shooting was smooth and the crew was good, and I really had no issues on the production side. Editing, the process has been pretty smooth, but after a little while, so just saying, kind of has a little ADD kind of ish. I kind of have it too, where if after a certain while, you know, like you kind of get not tired of the project but you just want to release it and kind of move on to other things also. So I kind of stay like that too. So that was kind of creeping in a little bit. So it's good to get it out there.
Okay.
But
well,
I don't really, challenges, not really. It was a smooth process.
Yeah, the solid team, as just saying mentioned, so not much issues. I get you. I mean, if you guys can see what I'm sharing right now, I think this car is absolutely the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, just saying, you can chime in as well. This car was really
bad.
Bad. Like, even in the trailer, when you guys listen to it, you'll hear the engine. Like, what was the thought process in getting something so, I don't know, so, you know, like jumping out of us, like, how did you think of between both of you, like what was the thought process to get this car involved?
Well, I knew from the start that I definitely wanted a vintage car. The only trouble was, could I get the car that I wanted? As you know, we don't tend to keep a lot of vintage cars in Jamaica. Yeah. There are some, but not many. At first, I reached out to a few people to see what they had. They didn't really have anything along the lines of what I was thinking of. I even started thinking about, okay, all right, since I can't get the car that I want, what could be a possible substitute? Things that came to mind were like the 1984 Toyota Corolla. You know, maybe finding something like that with an interesting color would probably be interesting. But at the end of the day, it still wouldn't have the impact or tell the story that we wanted to. So I put a post on Instagram, you know, asking people if they know anybody who have vintage cars. Of course, Maya to the rescue, who put me on to somebody.
Maya to the rescue. Yes, Maya.
Maya put me on to somebody. I reached out to the person. They didn't have what I want, but they put me on to somebody else. And it was just a matter of negotiating that with that person once I saw what I wanted. So yeah, it was an interesting process.
Okay, and what kind of car is this, by the way? I'm not a car person, so I gotta ask.
All right, so for all the car enthusiasts in the chat, don't kill me. I didn't exactly ask what type of car it was. Just knew that it looked like what I wanted, and that was enough for me. Yeah. But I think it's a Shelby.
It's a what?
I think it's a Shelby.
Okay. Annalisa said that car deserves a casting credit. Scene stealer. Definitely. I have to agree. I see. And I also wanted to ask. Sorry, Darren. Do you have both of you actually? And Maya, you can jump in as well, and we'll segue to you. What for each of you? Can you just say what your favorite scene or shot was in this entire film?
I mean, I can if I say it, I'd give out.
All right.
What I can say is that it was a wide shot.
Did it include the car?
Very nicely framed wide shot with the car and the two characters in there.
All right, fine. Well, okay. Anybody else can reveal without revealing?
No.
No.
You know what? That was really good. The makeup, right? So Nicole, what's Nicole's last name?
Brian.
Yeah, Nicole. I think she was doing this for the first time. I work with Nikki all the time. She in art department. But I was kind of surprised to see her in the special effects makeup department.
Oh, you're talking about art department, Nicole?
Yeah, art department. Yes.
No, man, I'm supposed to try and tell her congrats.
And it was the first time she was doing it, and it was good. It was really good. So big up yourself, Nikki.
Big up yourself, Nikki. What about you, Jason?
What, in terms of shot?
Yeah, or experience, I guess. I don't know. Somebody asked if there was car stunts. Maya, were you boom flicking in the car? And,
remember, it was self-funded, y'all.
Yeah, break your back.
Self-funded.
No car stunts. I mean, yeah. Favorite shots. I would say there's a shot that's not in the trailer. Doesn't give away too much.
All right, okay.
Like a high angle shot from in front where you can see the car and Maya exits the car at that point. That's all I can tell you, but I think that's my favorite shot.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. So go ahead, Darren.
I was seeing Danae asking if we have any close-ups. If you watch the teaser, there's a close-up of Ross, the character, and you see a close-up of him, so you can see the makeup.
There's a shot of the makeup, guys. If you're looking at my screen shave. So Maya look like them just beat her up and fight her up and everything. You know? Big up Nicole. Maya, speaking of Maya, let me just quickly ask you a few questions. How did you prepare for this role? I know we know how you got the role, but how did you prepare for it? You know what I'm saying?
How I got the role? Well, so
how you prepared for the role.
No, I know. I was just repeating what you had said. So when Jacene asked me to do it, I was initially like, me? Like, why would you ask me to do this? I mean, I have acting experience, but on stage mostly. And then the film work that I've done has been mostly commercial or things on the lighter side. So when him tell me says, I mean, you can see it's not light based on the
action.
I was a bit nervous, but it was a challenge and I like challenges. So I decided to take on the challenge. And to prepare, I called on my friend Desmond Dennis. Some of you might know him. He is an actor and director as well, mainly for theater. He's also in Quilts Performing Arts Company with me. So he did some coaching sessions with me and helped me work through. So my character doesn't have a lot of lines, so she has to say a lot of what you need to know with just motion and her eyes, and So I tried to do my best to bring Jacene's vision of this woman to life. But yeah, it was fun. It was challenging, and it was really cool working with Jacene too, because he welcomes my craziness, as you can see. So
we heard, yeah, we heard.
yeah.
And what was the experience like? Like, what was that like for you? And because this was your first short film, right?
Me?
Yeah. Are you
Just
Maya?
saying?
Are you on the spotlight, Maya?
In terms of being a lead actor in a short film, yes. So the experience was, so I actually thought I would have been more nervous when I got in front of the camera, but I think the energy of the people on set and how invested everybody was and how, it just felt comfortable and safe, I guess. So it felt good. It was a nice experience. And I would say that I'm newer to the industry than most of the other persons on the crew. So it felt cool to be a part of something with such talented, experienced people. And to just add one more short to our
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
And finally, Maya, what is the most memorable moment on set for you? Like, without revealing anything, of course.
Most memorable moment on set. Do I have a particular moment? I don't think so. I think the whole thing has just been memorable. It's been a cool experience. I enjoy messaging Jessine at midnight to say, let's get this done. It's the whole thing has been cool. So, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna just quickly go through the chat now and just get some questions out there. So I see that Saeed asked, what pre-production work did you do with the director to prepare you? Now, I know you mentioned that you worked with Desmond, but was there anything you did particularly with, like, Jessine, for example?
Yeah, so especially because the character that he has created doesn't have a lot of dialogue in the action that we see. I had to ask him, I guess, to try to figure out what's in her head, where she's been, So we had a lot of discussions about what his vision was for that, which is what I then translated to Desmond to then coach me to get Jessine's vision as close to what was in his head. So.
Okay. And Darren, you could answer that question for me too as well, please.
Sure. What was that question?
What the question was, what were some of the things done in pre-production with the director to kind of prepare for this?
Oh, okay. Well, just gave me some visual references that he had in mind. I don't know if so he wanted like somewhere just out in the like a kind of desolate open space. I don't know if we got that in the end, but we got a different look that I think was even better because of where we live, and I just kind of think it was just more applicable for us. And for like I did 2 or 3 lighting tests with Jess and Maya over we shot the actual thing over Maya's apartment, but I did tests over my place, over her place, and we did scouting. I went to on one location scout with Jess, so Justine and Mark Lecky. So yeah, I had a pretty good, clear idea of what Justine wanted. The look that I created in post, I didn't, through color grading, I didn't have a vision of that beforehand. I just kind of wanted it to happen while I was color grading. So, and I really like how it looks. So yeah, I think that, and I did, sorry, I forget. So my anamorphic lenses are some new lenses that I got. And so it was kind of exciting to go down that route of just a different look that I'm not used to, and Jamaican films I'm not used to, and it was exciting to, because that was my first project on it, and it was a good like journey, like a nerd kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay. Guys can post your last few questions before we wrap up, but I wanted to also ask guys, when does the film premiere and where will we be able to see it?
All right, so the film premieres on Monday, that's the 28th of February, and we'll be dropping it on YouTube at 7 p.m.
On YouTube, okay.
I think they'll post a link and stuff, as in the YouTube channel and everything.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask the name of the from there. All right, guys. Anybody have any further questions before we wrap up? Let me just, 1, 2, 3. I don't think we have any more questions. And on that note, let me see okay. Annalisa asks, what do you hope people take away from watching this film? Sorry.
So that's an interesting question. For me, I would say that shooting things of a certain quality is definitely possible. I know sometimes people get discouraged by not having, funds or the resources to create the projects or movies, but I think based on my experience, if you find like the right team, like people who are interested in the project just as much as you are, I think that's like you're already halfway there, especially if it's a money situation, because that does really help to take some of the stress off you. Because like for me, like I can definitely say I feel like we've all directed this film in some way. Like even, when I'm not like so into it, somebody else is just willing to take up the mantle. So yeah, I just want people to take from it that, it's definitely possible to create things like these. And for us, especially out here, is just to be a bit more consistent and a bit more deliberate with what we create, because we're a small country. I mean, I feel like right now people want to see content from Jamaica and the Caribbean. They probably don't take us as serious because, we don't have the infrastructure to create films like this on a rapid. But kind of similar to what Wentworth said earlier, if people get the training and more people come on board and stuff like that, then, we'll get even better at it. People want to come to us to create films. And I think our generation, and I guess the ones before and the ones that come after, like that's the dream, as filmmakers. So yeah, definitely that we can do it. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Justine. I also just want, there's another question here, but I wanted to just stress on, someone mentioned we have to go back to bartering and trading services. And with that, I would say I really appreciated the fact that you mentioned that actual crew members contributed to the film monetarily, and of course in services as well. And I think that's really great to see the camaraderie in the industry to come together and create these projects. And I guess, as everybody know, as you are going around and you're in this industry, you can always reach out with an idea. It may not run, so the person you mentioned it to may not run for it, but at least you would have mentioned it and possibly get somebody to collaborate. For example, I know I'm interested in collaborating on projects like this because I think it's just exciting. Where a lot of us work on a lot of commercial-based projects. It's just exciting to do something else. So I know I put it out there, guys. Everybody listening, I'm interested. It's fun, and I think it's really exciting to see, as mentioned, Justine mentioned, to put our brand out there, just doing proof of concept, even if it's just that. Like, it's really cool. Let me see the other idea. Oh, Mike, to answer your question. Oh, somebody replied, but basically, it will be premiering on Monday at 7 p.m. on YouTube. they mentioned somebody linked the YouTube channel, the same channel that has the trailer, but you can watch the trailer there until it premieres. Somebody asked, what stresses you out the most right now before releasing the film, like post-production or more? And I think, Darren, you could also chime in on that as well. And each of you, if you have anything to say, actually.
Right now, I think it's probably the expectation. I feel like people expect a lot, and I hope we deliver. I mean, with any sort of content, film or otherwise, you'll have some people who like it and some people who don't, but that's fine. As long as we continue to tell the stories that we want to tell, then that's fine. It's really just an expectation, but at the end of the day, we did it, and we're moving on to the next one.
Thank you, Justine. Frank, I just answered. Darren handled the post and editing. Correct, right, Darren?
The editing and the color grading, Mark Lecky did some visual effects, and Wentworth Kelly is on audio, like post-production audio.
All right, Wentworth, are you hiding in the bushes like that? I didn't know that. Okay, Hodor, I don't think he's here anymore. Never said nothing. Big up yourself, Wentworth.
A good team together. I just want to big up the whole of the team, because a lot of this was just people's time, and I don't think anybody was really paid like that, and everybody just gave up of their time. And this came about, like, the crew, because we have such a good relationship, working together in the professional realm, and these are people who have all just said to me, yo, Darren, if you shoot anything, just call me. So that's like Troy, my gaffer, and Rocky, Dwight Taylor, who is my camera assistant, and Denny, who came through, Julia, Oyoka, who is the production coordinator. It was good.
Excellent. Anybody you'd like to big up, Maya?
Everybody. No, big up everybody.
Everybody, lad. Okay.
Everybody.
Justine, what about you?
Again,
special,
everybody.
Maybe get some equipment somewhere. I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Want to big up Robin Chin, the lab, who came through to help us with equipment. It was really appreciated. So yeah. Well, they're not here. I don't know if they'll ever see this, but even the owners of the car, I know it took a lot for them, out of them to lend us that car. So definitely want to show some appreciation as well. Because even while we were shooting, we kind of ended up going over time, but they saw that we were pushing to get it done, and they were willing to give us that extra time. So definitely appreciate that.
That's good. Well, how long did it take you guys to shoot this, by the way? How many production days you had?
Well, shooting days.
It was three.
Three? Yeah.
It was days, but it cut in two. But because of schedules and everything and stuff like that, we had to do it in 3 days. So I'd say like 2.5, if But yeah.
Okay. Charlie's saying to make sure you send a link of the movie to the car owner.
Like a premiere link.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys.
Hi.
I think that's it. So thank you guys so much. Let me just check one last time if there's any questions I'm missing.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Yeah, I think that's all the questions right now. So, and I think I just want to say, congrats to you guys. Excellent. I'm very excited. I'm pumped. You guys with the
On those, call them to say it can go some.
We need to DYOG bank account.
Right? Well, somebody suggested doing a monthly movie night or some kind of fundraising, possibly. You know what I'm saying?
I've been saying it. Oh my gosh, we have enough stuff. Do a movie night, have popcorn.
That's true. We could do that. I mean, there's some short films I've never seen. We could do a short film night. I don't know.
Yes.
But that I'm going off a tangent here. What was that, Darren?
So you guys are the board, so.
Well, we're listening keenly, you know what I'm saying? We're listening. But
Yeah.
for real though, guys, thank you guys. Absolutely, thank you guys so much for coming out today and just sharing your experience. Congratulations on a job well done. You know, big up everybody that's for big up, you know what I'm saying? Nicole, big up yourself, Wentworth, everybody. Excellent job, guys. And I'm very proud of our industry that we're working together like this in order to come together and just put out excellent content like this. So, you know, it starts from here. It starts from working together, collaborating, and I'm super proud of you guys, every one of you. I've worked with each of you in different capacities. So I know you guys are really good at what you do. And as Justine said, it's just exciting to be able to work on something that's not held down by you know, oh, the vision of the brand. This is okay. I have an idea and it's coming foolproof. So congratulations, guys, and thank you so much for taking the time out to share with the JAFTA members.
Thank you.
Clap, you know what I'm saying? Big up on yourself. Absolutely big up on yourself. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Before we wrap up, are there any other business that you guys would like to share? Any updates? I don't have any more updates to share. I've already shared the membership update. While you guys think about that, I'll quickly say we do also have a health insurance plan that is available to the industry members. So if you're a director, producer, everything, you know what I'm saying, freelancer, you want a little insurance plan, affordable insurance plan, you can sign up with the JAFTA plan. If you need more information, excuse me. If you need more information, you can go ahead and send that send an email just asking about what's up with that. But we have a health plan. We have a health plan, right? And once again, if you need to know what your status is with us, if you have an active membership or not, and to be an active member, you need to have your membership fees paid up, and not necessarily on time, but at least an active membership needs to be that you have paid your membership fee. It lasts a year, so every year you need to renew it. So you can email us to find out that information on whether or not your membership status is active. What does active membership gives you? It gives you access to things like Rotterdam Lab, you know, and the different programs that we have, you know, feature film, etc. Like, though you may get that information because you are in our network of, you know, email situation. If an opportunity comes for members only, it wouldn't apply to you because you wouldn't have an active membership. So check in on your status. You know what I'm saying? Check in to see if you're active. And if you're not active or even a member, please apply. It's on our website and you can go to our social media. The link in the bio will have our application form there as well. Woo, let me take a breather. No man, what if I words that? All right, we can wrap it up here. Let me see what Maya is beautiful. Agreed, Mike. I see, big up yourself, Mike. Mike say beautiful, Maya, big up yourself. It's true. Jamaican people, you know, will look good.
Well, thank you.
You know, at Jamaica, we live, I'll be a nice girl there, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get an email reply to my membership. Can you just type your name down there first, please? Jam Rock Cards. Oh, search on Mark Lecky. Okie dokie. All right, no problem. All right, Mark, sorry about that. We'll definitely investigate that and get back to you. Can you also type your email address in the chat so it's an easier search as well, please and thank you. All right, guys, so we're gonna end the meeting here. Wow, oh my God, it's exactly 8:29. We're on the dot. Okay, thank you guys absolutely so much for being here tonight. It was a great meeting. I hope it was a great meeting at least, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, you were here, you stayed and you listened. And thank you, Justine. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Maya, Annalisa, Wentworth, Leslie. Everybody will forget big up on yourself. Thank you very much. Oh, and Warren, thank you as well. Thank you. How often are meetings? They're once monthly and we always send an email out to kind of notify everyone. So thanks guys so much for being here. We end the meeting here. Yes, you're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, full in the belly. Have a good sleep. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Night.
Mark Lecky, thank you for that email.